And indeed, as we look at the teams then, what a contrast in their fortunes. Arsenal have lost only once at Highbury this season, and that was last Tuesday against West Bromwich Albion. But manager Terry Neal has kept an unchanged side, with Steve Walford continuing at number 3. A new name as substitute is 17-year-old Brian McDermott from Slough, and he's still an apprentice professional here at Highbury. As for Birmingham City, they've won only 2 matches all season. They're now without defender Joe Gallagher, who's got flu, and winger Stuart Barraclough, who went down with suspected food poisoning this morning. It means the side has one 17-year-old, Mark Dennis, and 2 who are 18, Kevin Broadhurst and Kevin Dillon. They might be just that bit short on experience as well as confidence. The referee is John Martin from 4 Marks near Alton in Hampshire. And it's the hardy supporters now who've come out in bitter conditions to watch a game of football this afternoon. It's the first time referee John Martin has been in charge of a game at Highbury, and he whistles Arsenal away. They are in the white shorts, attacking the goal to our left. Birmingham in the all-blue strip. Birmingham with a desperate record here. In fact, it's 21 years since they last won at Highbury. And really they come with just these 2 wins all season, and only 1 point gained away from home this season. They've lost 10 out of 11 away from St Andrews during this very depressing season for them. And David O'Leary linking well with the attack. Pat Rice, the defender's getting forward here for Arsenal. O'Leary again. Crossing one in towards Stapleton. There's the header, and not very far off the mark either. And the simplicity really with which Arsenal were able to come forward without a lot of pressure on them. O'Leary and Rice between them, and O'Leary's cross. And again Stapleton getting up under no great pressure. And the header over the crossbar. Ricks teed that one up and found Rice with a beautiful crossfield ball there. Foul on Stapleton by young Mark Dennis. Another free kick for Arsenal. And Willie Young coming up for this one, as you can see there. Rice with the free kick. Stapleton, rather Sunderland there with a header, and Stapleton into the back of the net. The breakthrough that was always on the cards. Rice's free kick, Sunderland up so well, and Stapleton lashing it into the roof of the net. There's Alan Sunderland, who certainly helped to make it with that header of his, but the goal going to Frank Stapleton. Took Arsenal 1 up with 15 minutes gone. Well, it must be a familiar theme for Birmingham City, having made those 10 visits away from home, or rather 11, and lost on 10 occasions. Tarantini with a free kick for them now, though. Needing a goal before their confidence is shattered, and a good powerful header there by Trevor Francis, but well wide of the Arsenal goal. And in the centre there, Jim Smith, the Birmingham manager, who did so well when he went to St Andrews last season, but he really has had trouble all the way along the line this season. Coming towards half-time, and Towers scooping it back to Jim Montgomery. Well, it's an onside situation here for Dillon, with support from Buckley and Francis and Givens. Nicking that in there. Walford's there, just getting ahead. Well, they claimed a penalty, and a penalty it is. A handball by Steve Walford, and out of the blue, Birmingham City get a chance to get level, and it's their first penalty of the season. So Trevor Francis was saying before the game, and he said he'd be taking it if they got one today, and as you can see, that's exactly what's going to happen. Birmingham's first penalty of the season, and a chance now for Trevor Francis. Jim Montgomery at the other end is looking at the moment to see whether his skipper can put it past Pat Jennings. Now, will it be 1-1? It is 1-1. Well, Trevor Francis, even against Pat Jennings, who's got a marvellous record at saving penalties, putting it sweetly past the Arsenal keeper to make it 1-1. Well, a surprising situation. The team that looked desperate and went down and has scored only 1 point away from home this season now finds itself on level terms here against Arsenal, lying fourth in the table and looking for a handsome win today to put behind them that home defeat against West Bromwich Albion on Boxing Day. Well, Jim Smith in the centre there, beginning to find his voice and maybe hope of getting a point. So we're in injury time now at the end of the first half. Certainly John Martin, the referee, was right there to see that it was a handball by Steve Walford. Buckley now finding Tarantini. The ball played by Broadhurst right in there, and it's Givens looking to pick it up. Well, it'll come to Givens again, and he very nearly made it 2-1. They played some nice little touches on and around that Arsenal penalty area, particularly with Buckley, and it was Buckley who set Givens in there, and he missed his kick. It's right on half-time, and I would think that the referee might well say, let's see if you can soldier on, as the lights come up at Highbury. I think Don Howe on the left and Terry Neal might well have plenty to say at half-time. Half-time whistle, and Jim Montgomery, who seems to have had quite a rapport with that North Bank crowd in the first half. Trevor Francis' goal from the penalty spot right on half-time, having brought the sides level after Frank Stapleton put Arsenal ahead with a quarter of an hour gone. A fairly undistinguished first half, to be honest, but now with that Birmingham City penalty, at least that should liven things up a little bit in the second half. Half-time then here at Highbury on this bitter afternoon. Arsenal 1, Birmingham City 1, and we'll be right back with that second half. Welcome back to Highbury then at the start of the second half. Birmingham City in the all-dark strip, attacking the goal to our left, and that penalty of theirs just before the interval. We shall have to see whether that has the effect of spurring Arsenal to a slightly more impressive performance in the second half, or whether it gives Birmingham that little bit of confidence that they've really needed for so long. You notice that Don Givens there, who is facing Pat Rice's throw there, who was injured just before half-time. In fact, he's hobbling pretty badly, but he's come on at least to start this second half, the number 9. I think they might well try to see whether he can run his injury off. He seemed to stub the ground when he had a shot on goal just before half-time. Sunderland up well there, and Page getting it away for Birmingham. You see he's hobbling pretty badly and trying to run it off. And I would imagine that if Birmingham can hold this 1-1 late into the second half, they might well take him off and bring defender Gary Pendry on, but we shall see. Gatting now finding Price. Well, that's way wide of the mark, and a goal kick. And certainly Arsenal will want to improve on a one-point situation here if they have the real desire and aim to win the First Division Championship, having lost at home to West Bromwich Albion on Boxing Day. They would certainly want to get 2 points from this game. Francis. Price. Now Brady. And again, the referee not playing an advantage, and he's been well up with the play. He's made his decisions quickly and honestly, of course, but I must say once or twice he has not played the advantage. Tarantini in there, having a tussle with Walford, and Ricks playing it in. And this might come for Price, it might come for Rice, and it has for Pat Rice! So Arsenal are back in the lead. And although maybe there was criticism of the referee for not playing the advantage when it looked to be going Arsenal's way, in the end it all came right for Arsenal as the ball came across the penalty area, and David Price looked to have a stab at it but seemed to falter. The ball ran for Pat Rice, back of the net. Arsenal 2, Birmingham City 1. That's with 8 minutes of the second half gone. Well, that's Pat Rice's first goal of the season. And before today, he was the only Arsenal outfield player not to have got his name on the score sheet. But here's Francis. Twisting and turning, and the ball cut out in the end by David O'Leary. Brady. And back it goes to Jennings. Played by Buckley again into the path of Dennis. Young. Oh, and Young has given it away, and it took a brilliant save by Jennings to rescue Arsenal. Well, Buckley number 10 was in on that beautifully. It was a bad mistake by Willie Young. Buckley was there, but what a superb piece of keeping again by Pat Jennings. It's a corner instead of a goal for Birmingham. So Towers again with a corner. Nice kick by Dennis. Now here's Brady. And it's with Ricks. And it should be a warning for Arsenal on offside, yes. There wasn't much in it. Both Buckley and Francis were desperately trying to get back to get onside. Tony Towers here was in fact in a good onside position. But that near miss must again be a warning for Arsenal. They've looked, I think, slightly the better side, but a 2-1 advantage is still not enough. One mistake in defence and Birmingham could so easily have been level. O'Leary. 20 minutes to go. Brady again. Rioch after him. Big personal battle there, I think, between those two, and comes this time for Stapleton. Nice. And Dennis in first. Well, linesman flagging for a foul by Dennis on Price, which escapes me, I must say, but linesman and referee were as one, and it's a free kick for Arsenal. And Dennis, two-man wall. Liam Brady with a little chip going in there, and a near post header beautifully taken by Sunderland to make it 3-1. Well, there might have been a question mark as to why the free kick was given in the first place, but once Brady had floated that free kick in, Sunderland was quicker off the mark than anybody, and really the beautiful near post header, giving the Birmingham defence, who were slow off the mark, no chance at all, back of the net. Arsenal 3, Birmingham 1, and the scorer Alan Sunderland. Now Rioch on his way for Birmingham. Buckley is up there, Francis also. Here's Buckley, who's worked so hard and well this afternoon, who really deserves something out of the afternoon, and instead it's Tony Towers, and it's Buckley who very nearly got something out of the afternoon. In the end, Francis, and it charged down as well. Oh, that was an amazing a sequence of events there, particularly when Alan Buckley went through and his shot was blocked by Pat Jennings. It came out to Trevor Francis and he found that his shot was blocked as well. John Howe still having a shout right at the end, but to no avail because the whistle has gone. Arsenal have won 3-1. Alan Sunderland, scorer of the third Arsenal goal. Previous to that, Trevor Francis, the number 8 for Birmingham, from that penalty spot just before half-time, had given Birmingham that little bit of hope, but it wasn't sustained. Stapleton, Rice and Sunderland then the scorers for Arsenal. Trevor Francis for Birmingham City. As the players come off and get to the warmth of the dressing room and a nice hot bath to go with it.